All right, everybody, it was requested that I show you guys kind of how this works, or I guess they were asking how the remote connect stuff works. So I got a little picture-in-picture thing going on here. You can see the main screen is my tracker, and then in the bottom right is the Chiaki window, which is the remote client for PlayStation. I'm already connected, so that's what you see there. Um, so here's my application. I'm just going to click on the JWD test 1-3-26. This is a file I've been testing on. As you can see, I tested this on the franchise file where I've already played 90 or so games. And this is what I guess the default home menu looks like. I'm still editing some of this. Some players are missing some data because I'm swapping some files around, testing how things work. So ignore some of that. But like for example, if I click Chris Sale here, his little player card pops up, shows you what his overall is, his age, how much service time, what his current contract is, the earliest he'd be a free agent, his career stats, accolades. He doesn't have any yet, but as you'll see, Screwball does. He was an All-Star in 25, and any transactions, he obviously has not been traded or anything yet, so these are not tracked. But to get into the actual tool part, or to how the remote connect, I'm going to show you guys the quickest and simplest tool, just because for time's sake, this video would be way too long if I didn't. I'm gonna click tools here, and we're gonna click the schedule grabber, because as you click our schedule tool here, you'll see that we don't have any schedule imported into this franchise file on our application. So if I click tools up here, we see we have a ton of tools listed, but if I go to data capture and click schedule grabber, this is how it works. So you're gonna load your API key in, API key up here, and then you're going to follow the instructions. So navigate to the schedule screen, which you can see we are in down here in the bottom right. We're in the schedule screen. And then navigate to January, which again, we are in January. Calibrate the screen region. So the way this works is whenever you have the Chiaki window up on your computer, it will tell you, it's a very simple calibration. And basically, this is what's going to be screenshotted. So right here, it says the team name. So view the reference file. You can see that you want to draw a box around the Braves. So if you click the calibrate button, the whole screen will go gray like this right here. And then you can calibrate and click and drag over the team name right here. And you can do this for these three items, to the month and the year, then the entire calendar grid. So once you've done that, you got your API key loaded. You just scroll down here. You have an option. If you have multiple monitors and you don't want the app to close, you can keep this checked. I do, so I keep this open. When you come down here, all you do is click Start Schedule Capture. It's going to confirm that you have all these things ready to go. I do, so I click Start Capture. And you can follow along down here at the bottom. As this works, you can see down here in the bottom right, the picture-in-picture. The game is now moving. I am not doing any of that. That is the tool working all by itself. That's how it's programmed to work. There's no user input here from this point. Now, the only downside to this tool is your PC is kind of rendered, I guess, useless at this stage, because if you're clicking on other windows or doing something else on your computer, the Chiaki window will lose focus, and then our tool cannot work the way it is. So the idea is before you go to bed at night or whatever, you can use these tools to capture all your stuff for your franchise. So the next morning, you can kind of go through and see what all's been captured, because some of this stuff, unfortunately, does take a while to capture. If you ran every tool at once, I think it takes like 3 hours. And again, there's nothing I can do about it because it's all screenshot and it uses OCR technology. But as you can see here, we're through October. We've captured 161 of 162 games. The AI is smart enough to know where one game was missed. So now it's going back through the months. It thinks it missed the game in August, a Guardians game, which you can see down here at the bottom. Sure enough, it did. And then right there, complete 162 games captured for the Braves. So now if we go to our schedule, we can see we now have a full schedule for the entire year listed just like this. All right, if you have any other questions, let me know. This is just a short little video tutorial kind of showing you how to use it. I know some people had some questions. I guess while I have you, I'll click through a couple of other tabs here. So this is the settings tab. This is what it looks like. These are the power rankings based on the franchise data that I had loaded in here. Stats are here. You can sort, look at all these different player stats. We have advanced stats that MLB The Show doesn't have, like weighted runs created plus. I'm thinking about possibly adding my own WAR formula in here. I'm not sure yet. OPS plus, another thing that MLB The Show does not have. We have fielding stats and splits, of course, for hitting versus different handedness. Same goes for pitching. And then we also have a qualified tab here, so you can exclude all of non-qualified players when you're looking through these things. These player cards are also clickable here. News, this is the coolest feature to me. You can generate a narrative as you play the game. Very cool, very unique. Still kind of working out some bugs here. Sometimes the AI doesn't want to write exactly something meaningful, so some of this stuff may not look great. Some of it might. I haven't checked it in a little bit, but this is a very cool feature. The league tab, this is another cool one. It kind of just gives you an overall glance of the league, so you can see the top 10 hitting and pitching prospects, the division leaders at the top here, league leaders here, award races. So these award races are calculated using my own formula, which is back tested based on real life data. For the MVP and the Cy Young, the batting title is shown here as well. And then this is a cool feature. You can just see the largest contracts in your league by highest AAV, and then the highest total contracts in your league. And it's the same thing here with the team payroll rankings. And then the last thing, which in my opinion is the coolest feature, is once you run your draft in the game, once you're still in the draft menu, you have one of our tools will run and grab all the draft info. And what it does is it grabs all the draft info, what team they were drafted by, what pick. This assigns this to the player forever. So in 10 years down the line, if you clicked on Jim Grady's player card, you'll see that he was the first overall pick in the 2025 MLB draft. And these are things I don't understand why MLB The Show doesn't already show us. Because they have if Jim Grady's up to bat in the third inning of a random game in August, sometimes they'll flash it up. So some of these things I don't understand why it's so hard for us to just be able to access. But anyway, you can see his age, which way he bats. And then this is the coolest feature to me, these two parts down here at the end, where it will assign them a university, high school, or junior college if they are born in the United States based on what state they are from in the game. So if it says they're from Michigan, Jim Grady was from Michigan, obviously, so he was assigned to Michigan State. And then they're also given a Major League Baseball comp based on if they were to reach their full potential. So if I had to guess, Jim Grady probably throws really hard, has great stamina, is pretty much great across the board potential-wise, and that's why he got the Roger Clemens comp. But the further we go, as you can see, not everyone's going to have a Roger Clemens comp as we're in round 5, so skills or tools kind of drop off. But anyway, I think this is really cool. It's something I've been working on now for about 2 months with the help of another creator. If you guys have any more questions, please ask, and thanks.